So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro unboxing. Now, what inspired me to pick up the Redmi Note 9 Pro is simply that this phone is such a good price for all the spec you are getting for this device. Now, this one's not widely known in the US. However, it is available on Amazon, which is how I was able to get it. It's a global version right here. It does have access to the Google Play apps, and it does come in at a price of around 200 to 300 bucks. So what really intrigued me about this is the same reason the Galaxy A51 intrigued me, and that's the price for all the spec you're getting here. So some of the key specs include a 6.67-inch display, 64 megapixel quad camera. Not all the cameras are 64, but the main sensor is 6 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 720, and here, get this, a 5,020 milliamp hour battery. So taking a look at the contents of the box, you can see Redmi Note 9 Pro. It does say with easy access to the Google apps that you want most. And also I wanted to mention that I think it's even cheaper in the Indian market. Let me know for my fans out there in India what the price is over there, because I know that I think the price is cheaper than even here. So let's go ahead and peel this plastic off the box here. And this does come in 3 different colors. It comes in like a green color, it's like tropical green, as well as it comes in glacier white and interstellar gray. So let's go ahead, but I actually went with the green color here. So let's go ahead and get this box open on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. And we'll lift this tab up and see what comes inside. So inside here, you do have a little booklet with a SIM card tool. And right here, it does have some Xiaomi manuals right there. And first things first, they're presenting you with a case right out of the box. So that's nice. We always get to see a case with some of these budget phones, and this one's no exception here. A nice clear case to get you started. Kind of important because I'm not sure how big the case selection is going to be on this device, you know, when you're looking for one third party. But here you go. We do have the tropical green Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro here. Let me go ahead and take this plastic off and see what we're getting. First of all, I can tell you just by holding the device. Oh yeah, on the front it does say some of the specs we just talked about, by the way. 64 megapixel AI quad camera, 30 watt fast charger on here. 30 watt for this price. That's kind of like what you get on a OnePlus. You can see Snapdragon 728 nanometer, 6.67 inch full HD dot display with a side mounted fingerprint sensor. They are not messing around for the money here on this Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro. And man, this green color really does look nice though, not gonna lie. It's a little bit more bluish green, but still quite nice, very shiny back here. And I kind of like how the camera bump is in the center of the phone, not off to the left. At least they didn't copy the Pixel or the iPhone on that one. You can see right there a side mounted fingerprint sensor for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro. And at the bottom, look at this, a headphone jack, a USB-C, and a single loudspeaker. And it does look like there is a pre-installed screen protector as well. I'm definitely feeling this phone for the money. This one definitely is reminding me a lot of the, you know, the Galaxy A51, A71, what those phones are offering at a similar price point. You can see Redmi right there. And you can see if we go in here, we do have this charger. They did give me an adapter in the box so I could charge in the US port, but it does come with this charger for this model. And you can see over here, we do have USB-C plug. So yeah, that's about it. Let me see if there's anything in here. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's just stuff to hold the wires and the brick. So let's go ahead and get that stuff out of the way. And here we go. You can see MyUI 11 on board, but it's also, this is a skin, but this is Android phone right here. You can see life gets easier. We're going to go ahead and click this, and I'm just going to set this up, and I'll be back when I am done to show you the contents of the phone. So while this is doing some updates, I want to talk a little bit more about the body. As you can see, so the sides do feel aluminum, and you'd be fooled by looking at this on camera and thinking this is glass. This actually feels like plastic on the back, but at least it looks really nice. It kind of has a two-tone pattern here. You can see kind of like this pattern right here, and then just the regular tropical green color. It does print on the top there, the 64 megapixel quad camera right there. And again, it's pretty small. It doesn't stick off that far, but it's still a bump nonetheless. And then also I noticed up here at the top of the Redmi Note 9 Pro, it looks like we do have an IR blaster. I will look more into that we get in the phone here. But the sides do feel like they're aluminum, and we do have, you know, a nice volume rocker right there. Fingerprint sensor. It does have a little indentation, which is nice because then you can kind of feel where it's at when you're grabbing the phone. And then again, at the bottom, you could see that pretty nice cutouts for everything. They're pretty nice and centered, so I do like that. And then one thing I do like as well about this phone so far is that just the display is flat. There's no curves on this display, and the rounded feel on the edges do give it a nice grip here in the palm. Doesn't feel too large, even though it's a 6.67 inch display. Okay, so it says to add the fingerprint here. We're gonna see how fast this does respond here to adding the fingerprint. So far, a couple of errors. It doesn't seem to be getting it 100%. But again, at this price point, I don't expect the best fingerprint sensor out there. Still gonna do the job though, once we do have it scanned here. Now, I will say that some people might be wondering, how are they getting all of this stuff at that price point? And I'm pretty impressed here myself. So some people will say, well, it's the software. It's not gonna be supported as long, or they got ads in the MyUI software or stuff like that. You could turn off the user experience program here. But I think that for all of this you're getting in this phone, it's kind of like, really makes you question, like, do I really need to pay, you know, 500, 800 bucks, even $1,000 for one of these premium smartphones? There's a lot of great budget options these days. So right during the setup process, I do like that Xiaomi allows you to pick a theme right away. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, you buy an Android phone because you want customization. They give you 6 different options to choose from the start. I'm going to just go with the classic, but there is Radiance, Gamer, Pedal, as well as Rhodium and Limitless. If we go over here, we're gonna go to next. You can see you're ready to rock. Setup is complete on this phone. It's gonna go ahead and load up the apps. Okay, so we're now in the device, and you could see this is the theme I chose here. You could swipe up to go to your Google Assistant. And also, there's kind of like no app drawer to begin with here on the Xiaomi user interface, but you can kind of see that the phone is quite smooth here. For this price point. The initial setup takes a little bit of time, but you can see that's kind of how the notifications area looks. If we go over here and swipe through, you can see right there, big brightness slider right there as well. Let's go ahead now and head into the settings on this phone. We're gonna go here into settings. You kind of see that there's plenty of settings in here. Now you have special features where they're gonna show you things like game turbo as well as quick replies. You can do things like a second space screen. So that's pretty nice. In addition to that, you do have a cleaner right here. And this is kind of how the recent apps looks right here on the Xiaomi phone. Pretty nice. You can go ahead and do split screen right here by just dragging up some applications. So there's a split screen mode on this phone. That's pretty nice. So let's go to battery and performance as well, and look at this user interface. Pretty nice looking overall. You can optimize the battery. You can see your battery usage stats. I'm really going to be looking into this one, as the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro does have a huge battery, especially for the size of this display. This is an LCD panel, and you can see this is on MyUI Global 11.0.1 stable edition, and it's running Android version 10 on this phone. Now, it does have 64 gigs, but what's available is 44.68 after all the software has been installed. But it tells you right here that the system storage on this phone takes up 15.56. So it's not truly a 64 gig phone. It's like 44.68. So if you do want to get more storage, you might want to go with the 128 gig edition. Now, if we go down here and you go to wallpaper, you can see that Xiaomi does include quite a bit of wallpapers here. They have a scenery section and quite a bit more than some other manufacturers offer. You can see some nice photos right there to set your wallpapers. And if we go right here, you have some animal wallpapers as well. So pretty nice here. Now, again, what I'm really going to be looking at is how does this phone perform, you know, versus something like an A51, which is in the same price tier, and how it does do with the signal strength and stuff like that. You can see plenty of tools in here. It does look like there's quite a bit of bloatware though. There's not, you know, this is not a super clean phone out the box. They do install quite a few pre-installed apps, but I'm sure a lot of these you could probably just delete. Let's see if we can delete this. Go to app info. Yeah, you can just uninstall that right there. So definitely quite nice that we can delete a lot of these. So I'm going to be doing that immediately because I don't like, you know, the phone installing apps that I didn't choose to install. Okay, so I have this fidget spinner right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these cameras and see how they do look. And we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at the UI and kind of how it performs. So we'll just snap a photo like that. You could punch in 2x like that, and then we can go super wide at 0.6x right there. So nice amount of variation here for this phone. My first impressions, the photos look not bad whatsoever. I think for this money, you're going to be quite happy, at least with the photo quality. So let's see how the video looks. And you could see it looks pretty nice here. Again, you could punch in 2x during your video and you can come out wider for sure. Okay, so right here, let's go ahead and go into this area and see what video quality we can go up to. So we can go up to 1080, 4K 30, 720 30. So 4K 30 is your highest recording video quality you can do here. If we go here to 64 megapixels, that's gonna take your sharpest shot possible. There is a night mode, there's a panoramic mode, there's a pro mode. So the camera is not just, you know, a couple of lenses. It's actually pretty nice with the software that's included here as well. You can do a short video, you can do slow motion as well, up to 960 FPS, you can see up there. So definitely quite slow motion on that one. So yeah, let's take a look at the front facing camera though, kind of see how this looks. A little bit beautified. We'll see how this does in the full review though. If we go to the settings here, you could change the camera frames from 16:9 to 4:3 to a full camera frame. Timer right there, palm shutter. And yeah, I mean, again, these budget phones cameras are just getting really good for the money. And I think that while they're not going to beat any flagship phone out there, they're still quite good. I think they're good enough that these are not going to be deal breakers for some of these phones. Now you could see, you could turn this off, but this phone gives you a little ad saying, oh, you shot this on the Redmi Note 9 quad camera. But again, these pictures are definitely nice for the money. You can see there's a little punch hole display up here as well. Not big whatsoever. Reminds me a lot again of the A51, for example, but it's there. And so that's it for the first impressions. I don't want to discuss this too much further. You can see a little bit of fingerprints getting on here already. The weight of this phone around 209 grams, so it has some heft to it. The back feels a little bit cheap, but still at the same time, the sides feel nice. It feels sturdy. Again, this reminds me a lot of the A51. This is a perfect competitor to that phone if you wanted something different. Again, headphone jack here. On this one, this tropical green color is quite nice looking, and the cameras seem to be quite nice for the money, but I'm really gonna be looking at the battery life. So let me know your thoughts on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro. I was just really excited to check this one out, and I'm glad I did because, and just as I expected, it's quite a bit for the money here, especially on the spec sheet versus the price. So stay tuned for more content like this. I got another unboxing on another phone coming soon, as well as WWDC is coming, and I do have more revisited videos I'm going to be doing soon, as well as, you know, some newer phones and newer devices coming to the channel. So stay tuned for that. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Thank you very much for watching. If you have a Redmi Note 9 Pro or you plan on buying one, let us know why you might be buying one, or if you have one, let us know your experience. It helps the community out to see if this might be a phone they want to check out. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.